Small town kid going to a big town, getting in a lot of trouble, and it's going to happen. And it happens, it's a regular story, it happens all the time. And then the next thing you know, you find out you're pregnant.
I just did not feel like I could go home and share that I was pregnant.
I was in a relationship with a young lady who, she called me and said she was pregnant.
I didn't feel like I could go home and disappoint my parents.
So I went and had the abortion. A week or two later, just started in with a lot of the post-traumatic symptoms.
The father was like, yeah, promise me everything, you know. If you have this done, we'll make sure that we get married and we'll have them a family later. And there was going to be no support.
But from that point on, I was not argumentative. I didn't fight it. I just said, okay, and it happened.
And so the stories go, every woman, every man pretty much have their own story. Yet most abortions have the same painful effects, grief instead of relief.
After the abortion happened, I remember going to my boyfriend's at the time's apartment, and I remember just sobbing to him saying, my arms are empty.
I was spiraling down. Just got involved in alcohol to just numb the pain.
That was, to me, a huge, huge sin. Of all the other things I had done in my life, that one was big. I mean, the truth is, I was fearful of what God's retribution for me might be.
Post-abortion symptoms. Ever hear of them? You just witnessed some. The suffering includes spiritual and emotional realities that women and men having experienced an abortion often report. Every woman who's aborted her child is a mother, and the man who participated is a father. Grief and healing are a process that often happen together.
When you have an abortion, you exchange one problem and you take on several other problems. You know that there's something wrong, but you don't know why. You do get those, lucid moments like, oh my God, I killed my child.
The abortion affects every aspect of our lives.
I wasn't confident I was ever going to be forgiven.
Ellen, Mike, and Mary Beth, 3 people of the millions who are suffering from post-abortion aftermath. This tragedy is already of epic proportions. Good evening, my name is Maria, and on behalf of Bethesda, thank you for joining us for this very special evening. Please allow me to share with you the wonderful services of Bethesda Healing Ministry. Bethesda is what many people call a safe haven or a place for healing. You were invited tonight because people like you are able to help people like us build awareness of this very important ministry. You see, Bethesda is a place for women and men and even their families who seek healing from the effects of their abortion.
It's a starting point here, and it's not just a starting point, it's a continuation.
When you come to Bethesda, you find that that room is full of love. I mean, you feel the presence of God and God's love through everyone who's in that room.
Everybody here is on the same journey. No judgment, because everybody here has been through the same thing.
But there's a community of people here who will support and care for you, pray for you, love you along your journey.
Most of the people talk about how they sit out in the parking lot and they won't even come in because they're thinking, do I really want to do this?
You walk in and there is a warm meal waiting for you. There are beautiful smiles waiting for you. There are people that are welcoming you in.
An absolute, total acceptance by everyone in that room.
The effects of it are awesome and beautiful.
Twice a month, we gather together, each person on their own individual journey. And on the way, we come to realize that God is an all-loving and merciful Father, and He meets us where we are.
He is giving me many, many graces to be pulled out of this whole thing.
It is where God meets you and carries you through.
Begin at least to believe in my heart that I had been forgiven, and God wants me and wants me to be healed.
The open enrollment of our healing support group is made up of women and men on their own healing journey, compassionate laity, and caring priests. Because the urgency to deal with pain and confusion can happen at any time, Bethesda Healing Ministry is committed to providing confidential programs 24/7. One of the best parts of Bethesda is that all of our services are free. Why? Because of people like you. Thank goodness, too, because as women and men begin to own and recognize their pain, Bethesda becomes even more important. This truly is a safe haven, a community of individuals who uniquely carry this cross. So, as you sit here tonight with several hundred of your closest friends, just imagine what we can do together. One more thing that I'd like to ask, and this isn't about money, would you share the good news of Bethesda Healing Ministry on your social media websites? After all, you never know who you might be helping just by sharing. At the end of our interviews, it was very emotional to hear Ellen, Mike, and Mary Beth share some final thoughts about the children they wish that they knew.
Jesus brought me through to each abortion that I went through and allowed me to hold each girl, bond with each girl, as a mother does after she delivers the child.
I love hugging my children and my grandchildren. And the only time I will ever get to hug my child is if I make it to heaven. So that's my dream or my hope.
I know that I've got a little child up there that someday I'm going to throw my arms around and I'm going to love it. And I look forward to that because that will be my chance to be a mother to that child when it's my time. So I have to do everything right to get there.
Thank you all for coming tonight. May God bless you and may God bless Bethesda Healing Ministry.